Hi guys, Dajahal. Welcome back for another episode. Today we're going to be looking at the Glaive and Longsword weapon set rotation. Apologies that I don't know the English name for this one. It's a very hot spec in China right now. I've been avoiding looking really closely at this actually, as I don't want to distract myself so much from my important work on twin blades and rope dart, and I kind of worry that I'll have some build envy or build regret when I look closely at this set. It's pretty good. Also, I don't think this will be available immediately on international release based on the way weapon arts were rolled out in China, but this is a guess really. Anyway, it's really good. So let's take a look at the sample rotation. I'll talk you through it and then we'll look at an example in slow motion. Essentially, the first move with the Glaive gives you this buff that is translated here as Ironclad Guardian Spirit. But basically what that does is it gives you this 30-second buff that is on a 20-second cooldown. So if you pay attention, you can keep that up all the time. But essentially it allows you to proc a spirit summon on certain attacks with the not only the Glaive, but also with the longsword. So that's the key buff coming from the Glaive. The second move is this sort of running attack while you drag the blade. It looks really cool. The final hit also summons a soldier. I'm not really sure how useful it is, but it does look great. And I see people using it in PvP for their opening. In the third move, you switch from the Glaive to the sword. Fourth move is a gap closer, which also gives you this buff that empowers your next sword attack. It consumes this resource called blade momentum. That's how it's translated by DeepSeek anyway. But the gain for this is using it on longsword light attacks and parry follow-ups, ripostes, and you spend it on this move and also the final Glaive move number 8. So following that, move 5, you use this empowered attack that is buffed by the burning blood. Move 6, you basically hit the same button and you get a follow-up attack that also summons a soldier. This one has a very cool animation to it also, sort of like this backward strike. On move 7, you switch from the sword back to the Glaive. And on move 8, you have this empowered attack where you sort of slam the Glaive down, and it also can summon a soldier to support you. So that's basically how it goes. And again, this is just a sample rotation. There are a lot of different ways to approach this. I've seen many different variations on Bilibili. Some of them actually start with the longsword, but this will give you an idea of how the two weapons have synergy together. But anyway, let's check out this rotation in slow motion. Hey, did you notice anything different about my transmog, by the way? Finally got some good luck on the gotcha. All right, let's start it off with the first move here. The buff. You should be able to see those spirit summons there. Switch back to the sword, which has a built-in attack. That can also be a gap closer. But look at this follow-up. Striking kind of under the arm there. Back to the Glaive and the closing heavy attack, where you got that summon again. All right, that's it. That was 50% speed, by the way, in case you hadn't noticed. And also, take a look at my new cape. I don't know how many times I did that gotcha thing, got absolutely nothing. Don't invest in it, that's my advice. But anyway, let's check out some gameplay. This is the the martial school specific challenges that test your ability to use this this combination. It's a blast doing these. I gotta tell you, it plays super smooth. Like it's not hard to learn, and it's really fun. You gotta love those spirit summons. It's like every weapon combination is just like super creative, very distinct. That was a strong miss. Get the buff going again. That buff lasts a long time. 30 seconds is a long time to be buffed. Running with that blade dragging on the ground is a little bit difficult. A little difficult to steer. So I've had a lot of questions about pairing these with other weapons. And I'll do another video to address that, you know, which weapons you could split up and develop a hybrid build and which ones are not really suitable for that. Personally, I think these two should stay together because they use the same resource. And the buff from the Glaive so obviously benefits the longsword. Nice. I parried that guy. So if you are into parrying, this could be the build for you because the resource, which you can see in the bottom right corner, is those 5 little blade things that just are recovering to 4 and now 5 now. You can recharge those from light attacks and also from like a riposte, a successful parry where you land an attack afterwards. And having trouble steering this, but yeah, I'm not sure if that was a hit. So not surprisingly, the Glaive has a good AoE capability also, although you're not really seeing it on these 1 versus 1 fights. Alright, let's finish this guy off. Thanks everyone for joining, and I really appreciate the likes and subscribes. So I'll see you next time.